He's been making music since then. And the music that he's been making, the copyrights and all of that, they belong to him, not to you, correct?
Yep.
So the only times that you guys had together was between the time you signed him, which was what year?
2019, my hottest year. I signed him my hottest year, 2019, December.
Okay, December. So 2019 to 2022, you signed him, you recorded him, and then after that, he left. So you are not making money from his new music. Those accusations are not true, correct?
That I'm not making money from his new music that is dropping outside Malian music. No, we not stopping his growth. We're not stopping him from dropping music. When he left, it was gone from Malian music.
Okay, you see, we live in, will I say, a time when a lot of our people especially in Nigeria, can be, will I say, they can easily believe stories because we've heard people who have said that our former president, immediate past president, General Muhammadu Buhari, he died and was replaced by a clone named Jibril from Sudan. And so, it's very easy for people to believe, all of these things. So now we've known by the laws of physics, you weren't even in Nigeria. And
Everything is a lie. Everything. There's a reason why. There's a reason why a lot of people probably trying to blame me for their own reason. I don't know why, but everybody can see it's a lie. Like something happened to him on the day he was out. Why there people are trying to cover up some things? Like I
no,
said,
so Aziz, you cannot say that everybody knows it's a lie. A lot of people are blaming you. In case you don't know, you've lost hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. So we need to clear the air. We need
yeah,
to clear the air with the truth.
that's true. That the losing followers is not like anything to me right now. Like Mohbad is late. It's not here anymore. That's a lot. That's more than I'd rather lose all my followers and have him here. You understand? My followers is not that's very small thing in this situation. It's very, very small.
That's
But
admirable.
to clear the hair is really, really important. And I believe the Nigerian police are doing their job. I mean, the government agency, they're doing their job, and the truth is gonna come out.
One thing has already come out. When you say the truth is going to come out, I mean, we've already begun to see some truth coming out.
The whole
Yeah.
truth is gonna come out.
Yeah, no, but we've already began to see some truth coming out. The hospital, or I mean, I don't know if you could call it a hospital, let's say the clinic or the medical facility that he was taken to, they said that he was brought in dead on arrival. But we do know that one of the young men around him, let's say essentially a groupie, had said that he spoke with him while he was at the clinic and that he talked with him and he took a photo with him. But then this actually contradicts the story from the medical facility that he was brought in dead. Another thing that we do know is that the auxiliary nurse who actually injected him has been repudiated by the Nursing Council of Nigeria, saying that she wasn't registered. Essentially, she was a quack. So we're beginning to see some of these things come to light, and I think in the coming days, the opinion of the public might change. My question to you, Aziz Additional Fashola, is this. Are you willing to go back to Nigeria if the Nigerian police wants to question you?
100% if they can guarantee my safety.
Okay.
Yes. There's a lot of hungry mom that don't really want to know the truth. They've been poisoned by the media, so if they can guarantee my safety, I'll be there.
That's a very reasonable request because I had people in Nigeria because of my political views who were very, very morbidly against me. And I went to Nigeria. I didn't have any security though, but I went to Nigeria, and I was able to, I stayed, I think, about 48 hours in Nigeria. And I left. But then after I left, I saw that a number of some of these people who had political differences with me were saying that if they had found me, like they would have snuffed life out of me. So it is very reasonable. So what we're going to say now, this is not a question to you. This is not a question to you, Aziz. You don't have to respond to this. Now, we call on the Nigerian police, and I'm going to reach them after this interview. Can you guarantee the safety of Aziz Adesina Fashola? Can you guarantee his safety? Publicly guarantee his safety so that he can return to Nigeria if needs be to answer questions and to clear his name further. That is to the police. Now, one final thing before we go. One final thing before we go. We started from the very end, but let's start from the beginning. How did you meet this young man, Ilirioluwa Oladimeji Aloba? How did you meet him?
I met him online. I met him by seeing his videos online, his freestyles, his songs, or there's some when he just used some of my words, or when I've just been watching him online, and I sent him a message.
Wow. And who gave him the name Mohbad?
I don't know. That's the name I met him with.
Okay, now one last thing. I know I said the last question, but one last thing. I'm like Oliver Twist. One last thing. We saw a video by, would I say, a pastor. It's a 70-year-old pastor. Whether it's 69, it's going to be 70. Pastor Tunde Bakare. And he said the reason why Mohbad died was because he was hanging around bad people. What do you say to that?
If I have to start, that's the problem. That's what I mean. Like that's a conversation. I don't know if we want to go into that conversation now, but I personally believe that he was actually stressed as much. He needed help. I believe he's being bullied. I believe he's in whatever. There's people on his neck. There's people all over him that is in danger, but he's just not in danger from us. He's not in danger from me. If he's in danger from me, if anybody's scared of me, you will see nobody's gonna come out on videos doing all of this. I don't belong to any court whatsoever. I moved to Nigeria in like 2019 from England. I don't know what court is. Like I've been getting away from the courts in Nigeria. I've been running away. There's so many times in this Lagos. I've been getting away from it. I'm actually anti-courts. I'm against it because of so many times they've tried to force me in it, but thank God they've never succeeded in doing it. So talking about that, I really think everybody that's acting like they're trying to help, they're not trying to help. I believe that they know a lot of things. People around them know a lot of things. I believe they know a lot of things because if they stop taking the conspiracy, if they stop directing the conspiracy my way, maybe people will see a lot of things. I do understand maybe you're surrounding yourself with a lot of bad people, like a lot of cultists. And I can see from the way people are trying to cover up and the people that are coming up and the people that are sending money from the beginning and with the experience of what has happened around them. And I just hope the police will find out a lot of things, man.
Well, we've been able to clear up a lot of issues, and I really thank you, Aziz Adesina Fashola, for talking to me. And I just want to say this, to the world listening, because we're going to have people from all over the world globally listening. We're going to have a global audience. The Nigerian police and the Nigerian law enforcement have actually been doing an excellent job in unraveling the circumstances that led to the death of Ilirioluwa Oladimeji Aloba. They've had a postmortem. They've had an autopsy done in record time. His body was exhumed, and right now there's a coroner's inquest. And I urge the world, the global media, to be patient. The Nigerian police, they're going to unravel the circumstances that led to his death. Aziz, thank you for joining us, and God bless you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.